After setting fire to his house in the Midwest, Stanton Stan Carlisle joins a traveling circus as a clown. Carnival owner Clem asks Stan to help him get rid of the carnival geek when he becomes sick. Stan is appalled by how any man could degenerate to the point of acting geeky, living in filth in a cage, and cutting the heads off of live chickens to placate the crowd. According to Clem, he looks for males who have a history of substance abuse or alcoholism and entices them with the prospect of a temporary employment and alcohol laced with opium. He then makes a new geek by abusing them physically and mentally till they spiral into lunacy and depravity as a result of their dependence. He demonstrates to Stan where he keeps the moonshine he makes to keep some of the carnies in check, but he cautions him not to confuse it with the wood alcohol he keeps close by. Stan collaborates with Madame Zena, a clairvoyant, and Pete, her alcoholic husband. Pete starts teaching Stan about cold reading and an elaborate coded language system that Zena uses to make it seem like she has extraordinary mental abilities. He and Zena caution Stan to never utilize these abilities to continue deceiving audience members in a spook show, as they refer to the practice of performing for the dead. If they do, people may suffer harm. Meanwhile, Stan develops feelings for Molly, a fellow performer, and approaches her with a plan for a two-person act that would take place outside of the carnival. Stan unintentionally delivers Pete the wrong bottle one night, and the elderly man ingests wood alcohol and dies. In the aftermath, Stan professes his love for Molly and tells her again about his intentions. They depart from the carnival when she accepts. Using the strategies taught by Zena and Pete, Stan recreated himself 2 years later as the Great Stanton, a psychic act for Chicago's affluent urban elite, with Molly serving as his assistant. Dr. Lilith Ritter, a psychologist, interrupts their performance in an effort to reveal their code system. Stan can outwit Ritter thanks to his cold reading, which protects their performance. Later, the affluent Judge Harrington approaches him and tells him that Ritter was hired to put Stan to the test. Now that he has come to believe in Stan's talents, he makes a generous offer to compensate him so that he might help him and his wife connect with their deceased kid. Stan concurs with Molly's concerns about the spook show. Stan is invited to Ritter's office. Although she is aware that he is a con artist, she is fascinated by his capacity for deception. She has amassed sensitive information about numerous members of Chicago's social elite through the recordings of her client sessions. She and Stanton fall in love after realizing they share similar values, and they work together to influence Harrington with the help of Ritter, who discreetly gives him personal details to support his act. Stan also starts therapy sessions with her. During these sessions, Stan confesses his anger for his alcoholic father, whom he killed in their home before joining the carnival, as well as his remorse for Pete's death. Harrington brings Ezra Grindle, a strong man, to Stan. Grindle wants to get in touch with Dory, his long-lost illegitimate lover who passed away after a forced miscarriage. Stan starts swindling Grindel and starts drinking despite Ritter's warnings that Grindel is dangerous. When she grows more uneasy, Molly decides to leave Stan after finding out about the affair with Ritter. She refuses to stay despite his requests and only agrees to assist him once more. She assumes the role of Dory so that Stan can perform his grand gesture and summon Dory to Grindel. Grindel, on the other hand, escapes his control and grabs Molly, revealing himself to be a violent abuser of women who is driven by remorse over Dory. He brutally threatens Stan after realizing Dory is a phony, and Stan then murders him. As they go, Molly permanently breaks up with Stan. When Stan asks Ritter for assistance, he learns that she has been defrauding him and keeping the money for herself the entire time. She laments learning that he was nothing more than a simple, money-motivated criminal. In case he tries to blame her, she notifies the police and threatens to share the recordings of their sessions as proof that he is mentally ill. She shoots Stan when he attacks her, and he runs away. Stanton spends years living as a hobo because he is a wanted man who is hurt, homeless, and addicted to alcohol. After all else fails, he makes an effort to land a position at another carnival. When the owner is about to turn him away, he gives him a drink and a temporary position as the new geek. Eventually shattered, Stan agrees, laughing and then sobbing, "Sir, I was born for it." Please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.